doesn't get enough attention.
Hershey Kisses.
What spaceship is best equipped to win a cosmic conflagration? Cosmic conflagration?
I know.
Thank you very much. I'm from Brooklyn. What do you expect?
He's mispronounced it for 12 years.
C-U-N-F-L-A.
Who would win in a battle between spaceships? I have my expert spaceshipologists, but before I give you the rules, and let's take a quick look at our introduction to space.
That wasn't it.
Enterprise wins. Good night. Thank you. Okay. Rules. Let's talk about the rules. They're a little different this year, so pay attention. All the ships will be drawn from the Geek poster that will appear in Geek number 2. Now, hey, it's All-Stars, baby. However, there are 2 wild card slots. Okay? 2 wildcard slots which will be based on audience vote. So there will be a chance to enter the Serenity in the Red Dwarf if you don't have the poster. So you'll have your chance. Lamos. All you need is the Enterprise. Anyway, we'll get to that. But basically, each member of our panel will pick a ship from the poster. They'll go onto the chart. That'll be our main round. We go to a quarterfinal round, semifinal round, pit 2 ships against each other. Those ships will battle for the highly coveted SmackDown crown. And even the ships that we retired in previous years are back in the fight. But one rule remains the same. Ships from animation and video games don't count because they're not real. If you want to see those, start your own SmackDown, but remember we trademarked the titles. You can do it Starship Battle, Starship Wars, whatever, I don't care. So anyway, let's start with Mr. Chris Gossett. Chris, you're looking at your Geek Magazine poster. What ship would you like to enter into the competition? And why?
Hi there.
Hi there.
Hi, Mark. Hi there. I'm sorry, I'm on a new medication. And that's why I'm going to pick the epic and very topical Alien Derelict ship.
Let me ask you, Chris, would that be the Alien Derelict ship from Alien, or would it be that Alien Derelict ship from Prometheus?
Definitely.
Just crashed.
Definitely Prometheus. Because those are some badass little worms.
Now, notice, this year, for those of you, like the kids in the audience who don't know the ships, we a handy learning aid. We actually are projecting the images on the screen. And this will give our panel of expert spaceshipologists a chance to point out the strengths and weaknesses of the design and possible design flaws.
Chris, can I ask you, what direction does that ship fly? Which way does it travel? Charlie Galazarica is here, the producer of the Prometheus DVD, and he stung me with this question earlier. I didn't know the answer.
Is whatever direction those weird little midichlorians wanted to go. You put them in the breakfast cereal, they just
You brought up midichlorians already?
Boys, let's save it for the ring.
I haven't finished the rules. We We also do not include the prequels because they are not real. There will be no discussion of midichlorians at this panel.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Prometheus is a prequel.
True enough.
To what?
No, actually, it's not a prequel.
You know, it shares the DNA of the Alien franchise, but it's not a prequel.
That's right.
So says Ridley Scott. More human than human.
We're never going to get to the end of this panel.
Because we will finish it on the Geek iPad app. We will finish Starship SmackDown today. Don't worry. Steve Melching, you have a chance to pick a ship.
I'm going to choose the Star Destroyer because it's the biggest one on the system.
I want to point out that that is not a Super Star Destroyer, but in fact the Imperial Star Destroyer.
It can do the job, Mark.
So can an
The
alien.
Star Destroyer.
Okay?
The shields are down.
I'm going to pick the,
Good Lord.
all right, I'm going to pick the Valley Forge.
Where do you think Carl Sagan got his weed?
Wait a second. Isn't that the aggro ship from Battlestar Galactica?
No, I'm going to pick the Valley Forge because it's the trees, man.
Commanded by the
You
Lord.
guys are big Joan Baez fans.
We don't
I'm
have
saving that for Mr. National Standard.
Rob, oh, is there a typo on Valley Forge? Is it pan and scan? Oh, there we go. It was pillar boxing. I couldn't see it on my monitor. Rob Burnett, how say you?
Okay, I'm going to bring back an old favorite of mine because in 2010 it went from not being real to being real when the Japanese released the live action. Now remember, this was a very valiant ship that we sunk in the latter half of World War II. It went down to the bottom of the ocean until the Gamelons bombed the Earth. And in order to save mankind, the Japanese, in their infinite wisdom, because only the Japanese could go, you know what? There's a sunken battleship. We can turn it into a spaceship. And they did. Only the Japanese could do this. The same
Apparently they weren't the only ones who were drinking Jameson.
the same people that made those cat ears that are on the floor that you can control with your mind. Okay, so I'm going to give it up to Japanese ingenuity, and until we get a full-scale super robot like a Gundam or Zynga, do we have one? Is it here? No. Well, anyway,
I admire your
the
honesty.
space battleship Yamato and its wave motion gun can put one up the behind of any one of these starships. And it has a theme song.
It has a theme song, Rob?
Ready? Ready. We're off to outer space. So yeah. By the way, the real theme song is not in English. It's in Japanese.
Okay. Ashley Miller.
You know, when you believe in something with all your heart,
You don't
and you
stop
can't
believing.
see it, but you know that it's there, what power does it require to see what no one else can see? The power of imagination. Thank you, sir. Whoever said illusion, get out. The power of imagination. And when I look at that career, you know what I don't see? I don't see the word Starship of the Imagination. I don't see a picture that looks like an incredibly badly rendered video effect from Carl Sagan's Cosmos television series. But I see imagination in all of these ships. All of them. And that's why I'm picking the Starship of the Imagination.
Roll on.
Which means the Valley Forge is not going to be destroyed because Carl needs someplace.
To buy weed.
That was a pretty smart choice.
Taking ahead.
You're all getting this poster before anyone else is going to be in the second issue of Geek Monthly, not Geek Monthly, actually just Geek.
See, I didn't say this.
See, I know, I was the one, you put the thought in my head. Be out in August, covers Walking Dead. That's it, but you guys had first crack at this poster. And like Kay, I put a great 70s ship that people might not know about, and it's kind of small on this poster. It's the Dark Star. It has 20 sentient planet-destroying bombs, and his crew is depressed, suicidal, and running out of toilet paper. Don't be effing care, all right? Just try messing with us. Come on. Anybody, come on. I don't care. Come on.
Was that an Arrested Development?
It does have a theme song. Benson,
Arizona.
Yes, it
You know
does.
what I'm wondering? I'm really wondering how much this is going to go for on eBay over the next month before the issue comes out.
It depends on who wins. I
Because
think.
it's not folded.
I don't know. I'm just curious. I'm going to look for that. Okay, more ships. We're back to Rob Burnett.
Well, before we continue, I think in honor of one of our favorite panelists who could not be here today, we should enter a ship on Darren Dockerman's behalf.
Here. Quite right.
Fair enough.
He's not dead. He's just not here.
And I think we all know what that ship would be.
The NX-01? Oh, wait, sorry.
What ship would it be?
Well, it would be the USS Enterprise, commanded by James C. Kirk, of course.
USS Enterprise in honor of Darren Dockerman.
Tiberius.
That's what see the class act. As always.
As long as we remember him.
I was going to print out a big picture of Darren, but I ran out of time.
That's a little hard strong.
Ashley?
Yes.
Shoot from the poster this time.
Goddamn. You know, if I have to look on the poster and not see things with my imagination, then I think that I would have to enter into the competition a tough little ship that was deployed to stop the greatest threat ever to face the United Federation of Planets, the Borg, well, and then Dominion, stuff like that there. So yeah, I mean, come on, quantum torpedoes and
Defiance.
laser guns and a plate of armor and all that crap. I mean, come on, USS Defiant.
Bob, you should tell CBS on video, a lot of Deep Space Nine fans still out there. So you keep in mind.
Well, as I look at this poster, I'm struck by something.
What's that, Bob?
There's a Graf Zeppelin. Maybe I missed that class in school, but I don't remember a Graf Zeppelin being
How is
space
that blowing up?
I don't remember, but I want to see what happens when it does. I'm sending the Graf Zeppelin someplace where no Graf Zeppelin has gone before.
And Led Zeppelin, this is
And as we
When
want
you're
to know
flying
now,
straight on the heliosphere, the Graf Zeppelin can journey beyond the heliosphere. I'm gonna see what happens. I choose the Graf Zeppelin.
that's easily.
Why is that on this poster?
Seriously,
There's a Graf Zeppelin on this poster.
There's a 747 on there, too.
I want to point out for people who are live tweeting this, please include the hashtag SmackDown. And I believe everyone has Twitter feeds and things like that, so feel free. Anyway, okay, Kay,
Can I live tweet it?
you can live tweet it right from the panel.
But say it first.
But first, tell us what ship.
All right. There's so many awesome choices.
Well, that's why it's a great poster. You should buy it.
God, it's like a little lunch with you.
Okay.
You're
Include your chance.
All right. Just because it's the smallest ship on the poster, and I want to see what happens when it smashes into the side of a Graf Zeppelin. I'm going to pick the slave one.
Apparently science does not matter. Steve Melcher.
Well, I'm going to stick stick with my strategy and pick the second biggest ship on the poster, the Battlestar Galactica. The classic Battlestar Galactica.
The one that reached Earth in 1980.
That's right.
Chris Gossett.
Mark, would you mind if I ask the audience for help?
I would not.
Thank you, because my therapist assures me that I will get over Kara Thrace, my Kara Thrace thing, but until then, I would like to ask the audience whether or not I should choose the new Battlestar Galactica, or another favorite of mine, as you know, the USS Excelsior.
Well, thanks, he's going to get away from the drive. Well, he's not surprised having one. You know, if the Excelsior had wheels, tribute type call.
Okay. Kara Thrace and the Galactica. Because I'm just a whore for applause. If you guys don't applaud, I'm not going to say thanks. Wow, no Excelsior.
We changed the rules so they didn't
All my
scratch
crap hammer stuff just right out the window.
There we go. Well, you still have a chance to see the Excelsior made it to the competition with Rob Burnett's choice. Rob Burnett.
Why are you picking two?
He did. It's true.
I picked two.
Jeff Bond.
I'm going to pick the most beautiful version of the Starship Enterprise, the USS Enterprise refit from Starship Enterprise.
Now that begs the question, the two enterprises in the competition.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
Will they split the vote? We have to wait to find out.
Are you ready for the vote?
I hear Jerry Goldsmith in my mind.
Another ship that has a great theme song.
You didn't go for the Atreides transport.
It was close.
Walter White is making spice somewhere in a lab. Steve Melching.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Yes, you.
I picked one from here, huh? Okay. Well,
I can't believe this panel's been corporatized.
That's a ridiculous thing to say. Steve, please give us.
Nice one, Mark. Nice one.
Remind me.
this panel is brought to you by InGen of Jurassic Park. We make the future.
Thank you, Steve. Now, Rob, you were saying something? Why?
I don't like this.
Well, I've been watching this show a lot on Blu-ray lately, and the Blu-rays look phenomenal. To quote Rob Burnett, it makes me want to lick the screen. I'll choose the Eagle Transporter from Space 1999.
Ooh.
Another ship with an awesome theme song.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Season 2.
That's right. This episode. Go ahead. I want to hear it. People don't know the thing. I want to hear if you can do it. What, we can't clear the music?
Oh, we
Yes, what?
can do render songs.
It's too hard.
Okay.
I can listen to song.
Ashley, you got another chance.
Holy crap, right? I gotta pick them off of here. You know, I gotta do it. Hold on. Somebody already, I know we've already picked. Yeah, somebody picked the album. So there you go.
Did you miss the theme song?
I missed the theme song. I think he's missing the theme song. Oh! I know. How can we not pick the Millennium Falcon? I mean, she made a Kessel Run in a measure of distance, not time. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
That leaves us with one open slot. So I ask you, I will ask individual people what they'd like to enter, and then we'll decide. Go ahead. Spaceball 1. The Scimitar.
From Nemesis?
From Nemesis?
Get out! People want to be here.
You should have said Dina Meyer's Starship.
That's right. Maybe we would have been all about it.
You know, Nemesis is going through critical big praise, and not a deep way Tom Hardy, apparently. I wish we didn't hear any dialogue in Nemesis. That would be better. Go ahead.
Starfleet has an off-road vehicle in that movie. Right?
What? From Galaxy Quest.
Yes.
You know, you sir can say, in fact, you can have his seat.
Yes. The show writes about Battlestar Galactica, an oldie but a goodie. We should have shot the chandelier for the poster, Kevin. Oh, another great one. Sing us from the
Down
Black Hole.
to
Also, a ship of light.
Great Ernie Wartime. Sing us from the Black Hole.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Too soon.
Down. It's so sad you saw that line moving and ran across the sea.
Oh, the 10th anniversary.
Very good, yes.
Can't stop the signal. And remember, Serenity does have a hooker on board. My favorite ship.
The board cube. Yep. The Mon Calamari cruiser, but we had that for lunch, didn't we?
This part of the super mega planet.
Going to TARDIS. Okay? This panel is now sponsored by Verizon. Yes. Event Horizon, okay? Somebody always says Event Horizon.
Yeah, somebody
Not a lot of people know. We get that a lot. Yeah. The X-Wing.
It's not a starship, it's a snuff fighter.
Let's have a name for defenses. P-52s. No. It's just, come on, sir. Only if you can sing a song.
Yeah. We've never in 12 years. And how many SmackDowns have we done?
23.
We've never had that suggested. So, I love it. Didn't say she won something. I have nothing to give her.
Perhaps a t-shirt.
A free DVD of Zardo.
T-shirt. Oh yeah, you're gonna get t-shirts or a magazine or something to give
We
her?
won't use your suggestion, but we appreciate the originality.
By the way, she also has a Nikola Tesla tattoo on,
Right.
on her leg. Not that I would know.
The one that says, fuck Edison, right?
Rename, what is it, the
Nice
star
name,
now?
sir.
What do you rename?
That's not
Fan
fair.
fiction doesn't
I'm
cut
sorry,
anything.
is this a pitch or is this?
You're starting to
Look, it's better than at least 4 of the movies.
Lucasfilm clearly rejected your novel proposition.
Dr. Robin Rob. He speaks from experience.
Can you bring that young woman who suggested?
Marianne, get your ass up here. Come here.
You know her?
Yes.
Oh, that's not.
She counts. This is it's all hers. She's not like a ringer.
What? A life force. Hey, another good suggestion. Give her a magazine. Life force. I'm the only one who has not true life force.
Wait a minute. Life Force was my last SmackDown canon. What are you talking about?
That's
Good. It's in. It's in. You get that's in. I say it's in. I say it's in. 50-mile long vampire sarcophagi shit from Life Force. That, let's not forget, has a woman that never puts on clothes ever.
And she kisses Captain Picard.
Captaining that, yes. It's in. It's in. Put it down there. Down there. Thank you for suggesting that, whoever you are.
And she
yeah.
wax.
It went down in flames in the last SmackDown.
So like
Rob.
natural.
Stop talking. The Agamemnon, way in the back in the white shirt. Yes, you. The one who puts it in down. I forgot to mention, we don't include Stargate because none of us ever watch it.
We got some
that's
action
so
figures once and put them on top of our
He's so
TVs and it's just
Okay, I'm going to take 1 or 2 more. Yeah.
That wasn't me.
Green vest. A 747.
Another spacefaring vehicle.
Guys, what if it was Air Force One with Harrison Ford on board?
What about somebody's Virgin Galactic here?
No Virgin. Station One?
The SpaceX, even better.
Piloted by Richard
Branson?
Oh yeah, the ship from Battle Beyond the Stars, Rob.
That's the only spaceship with boobs. It's in.
And oh, by the way, did you know
Ladies and gentlemen,
she
now
looks like
Battle
a
Beyond the
uterus
Stars.
with like ovaries?
for time, you know, they're going to race us off the stage again. So 2 more.
It never went to space.
Never went to space.
Didn't go to space.
It didn't even fly under its own
Broke it
power.
on the New York Harbor when they moved
It
it.
just
See that?
glides. It was a really expensive, like, one of those, like, balsa wood kits.
It could defeat the Zeppelin, you're right.
And it flew on the back.
Having the power of light, it could defeat.
If you could eat
A
it,
lighter could defeat the Zeppelin.
Sean Benson.
The Zeppelin. Yes, well, the
Heart of gold.
The heart
We've
of
got the
gold.
heart of gold many times. It's probably not on this poster.
Right. You want me to make the argument?
Okay. So,
It's
my panel,
so...
you've heard the nominees. How do you vote? Don't wait for the translation.
Fuck the
Answer
board.
that.
Wait,
Nobody said home tree from Avatar?
No. No one says that.
In space!
Go out and plant the tree, okay?
Nobody said Nostromo?
Okay, this is about what Daisy gets.
Okay, sorry,
Not
sorry.
what you in your sick mind you're trying to
Right, sorry. I like that one from like the Galaxy Quest thing.
It's the only one I can remember from all the suggestions.
Look, man, okay, fine. Life Force, man, come on, naked chicks, vampires, and home trees. By the way, the Valley Forge could have home tree in it.
Ashley,
You know,
stop texting.
yeah, right. I'm tempted to go with the ship from Life Force, but honestly, I love Nell so much. Anything that can be both breasts and a vagina at the same time. I mean, how do you say no?
Nell is the ship for Battle Beyond the Stars, so I have a couple of votes for the Protector, one for Life Force, one for Nell, and Jeff Bond.
Well, if we have a vampire ship, we have to have a zombie ship. So, I'm sick of vampires and zombies, so I'll go with the ship of the breasts.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm changing my vote to breasts too.
All in favor of breasts.
You know, if Darren were here, he wouldn't be very happy with us right now.
You know, he's
Okay, Madison, it's a tiebreaker between the Protector and Nell from Battle Beyond the Stars. Yes, apparently. What do you think?
I gotta go with breasts.
Well, that was it would have been a problem.
B-R-E.
Nell from Battle Beyond the Stars, which unfortunately we do not have a picture of. It's not suitable for all ages.
Just go on the internet.
Rob can do an impression of it.
I can't wait to see Jeff build that model kit.
Literally, somebody looked up an anatomical drawing
Okay.
of a uterus, and that's Nell. We'll do that.
Well, that was fun, but now it's time for the real begin.
Because we only have
In our first,
Only 45.
in our first competition of the day, our first category today,
For you and your belly.
we have the alien derelict from Prometheus versus the slave one. Okay. Well, we gotta start slow. We gotta start somewhere. So we have the alien derelict ship from Prometheus versus Boba Fett's slave one.
Slave one. Slave one.
Excuse me, I have expert spatial biologists. Amateur opinions are not called for.
You know how long I went to school to do this? A long, long
The
time.
man has a master's degree in spacesuits. Come on.
PhD. Thank you.
Sorry, Rob. I stayed correct. Rob Burnett. Slave one versus the alien derelict.
Oh, you're asking me?
I am. That's why I used your name as
Time to
start with.
Well, I want to point out that the slave one was featured in the prequel, so it loses.
Chris Gosling, the man who invented the two-sided lightsaber.
Yes, that was me.
Fun fact.
I'm pretty cool. You know, all I can think about, speaking of cool, all I can think about is how Boba Fett would just beat the living crap out of that little mean cereal that the white guys were eating. Like, he'd eat that stuff and be like, oh man! You know, he wouldn't care. And he would see those little snakes and he would know that they're not your friend.
But you know, he actually would not take off his helmet.
Never takes off.
And therefore, it probably would not get through that awesome Mandalorian design helmet. It would be like, I can't get on, I'm an alien, but this is Boba Fett. And he'd be like, "You're not gonna break my arm, you little bastard." So yeah, it's all about the Slave One. Plus, you know, let's face it, that crew.
Yeah, you voted enough. No, I said I'm gonna be a hard ass this week. I don't want to get out there.
Thank you, sir.
4:30, I replayed Cotton to the second round. I'm not gonna let that happen. Steve Melchie.
May I have another?
I'm not gonna let that happen. Steve Melchie.
You gotta ask yourself, how did it become a derelict? Because Boba Fett got on board and killed him.
Skull one for the Melch. Because I don't know, you can recuse yourself because you actually work on the Clone Wars. But of course, the Supreme Court justices don't recuse themselves. But anyway, go ahead. Okay, Kay right now.
I mean, I felt at first that maybe the derelicts would win, but frankly, if Boba Fett is faced with an alien vagina cobra, he's just gonna kill that thing. So, and he's not gonna send his probe in and walk in right after it. He's gonna wait till it's done. So I think it's just way smarter than the biologists and the geologists.
Are you saying that if Boba Fett sees a really cute little alien being come out of the box, he's not going to take off his helmet and try to approach it and say, "Hello, little alien parasite. Come and kill me."
He's armed with a freaking flamethrower. It's built into his armor.
Yeah, he's killing everything on board. So slave one.
Question.
Wait a second.
I have a question, Chris. 140,000 people at Comic-Con, right? Okay. Why do they cheap out on Comic-Con chocolate and just put Hershey's Kisses up here? Every year, we have like these cool little San Diego authentic chocolates, right? Just, we start losing everything. This year, no chocolate, just these little kisses.
First rule, you sound like one.
Nugget San
Wait.
Diego.
I want to make an important point about this fight that I think you guys have not taken into consideration.
What is that, Rob?
Elizabeth Salander is on the alien derelict. The girl with the dragon tattoo. And you saw what she did to the men that wronged her. Let me just point out, she would go medieval on Boba Fett's house, and it would be not pretty. She would win. Just saying.
You know, I was kind of thinking that it would be the Slave One because of the Boba Fett factor, and then Kay pointed out that he would defeat a small alien that looked like a vagina. But as I recall, Boba Fett was killed by the most gigantic vagina I've ever seen. Swallowed whole, perhaps the happiest death ever. And nonetheless, I have to go with the alien derelict with the vagina.
Well played, Mr. Miller. Well played. Now I understand why every studio in Hollywood wants to hire you.
The vagina.
Jeff Bond.
I've just been sitting here watching everyone steal every joke I had.
Well, maybe that's a lesson to you to be more serious.
So I was going to say, by the logic of
Can I have your
he would
chocolate?
just take off his helmet and die. No, please have them all. Is there any other chocolate in the room? Mark needs chocolate.
Not warm chocolate, please.
Actually, what are those chocolate coins thinking about?
There's nothing to go ahead. My jokes are stolen. I'm going to say
This is the
I
first
like
fight.
the way
We
the
never
alien
did this.
derelict looks a little bit better than the Slave One, so I vote for the alien derelict.
Oh.
Are eager people. A man whose designs weren't good enough for Prometheus, apparently.
Yeah?
You just said
No, I didn't hear because other people were talking.
the alien derelict.
The alien derelict. So,
can't be
let me see
any more
here.
simple.
We have 3 votes for the alien derelict and 3 votes for the Slave One.
I want to change my vote.
Why is that, Kay?
I want to change my vote. No, okay, fine.
I could make a Justice Roberts joke here, but I'm not going to because
I want to change my vote because I don't think we've exhausted the jokes for the alien derelict.
True.
So I want to say go to the next round so we
Sound
can
logic.
make fun of it.
Yes. Way more material in the derelict.
Yeah.
We have breasts, we have to have vaginas.
Yes, sir. Boba Fett, father issues is over.
Well, there you go. Going to the next round, the alien derelict for Prometheus.
Boo.
Next. Oh, wow. We're getting to the good stuff. We're getting to the good stuff now. Good stuff early. Time for this. We have the USS Enterprise refit versus the Yamato.
Ooh.
Two beloved ships.
Very, very pretty
In
ships.
competition against each other. And you know what's amazing? Two of Rob Burnett's most beloved ships don't involve press. In competition. I'm going to start with you. I'm going to put your feet to the fire. I want to know what you think.
I've had a very difficult and very emotionally wrenching Comic-Con for various reasons, but this is putting me over the edge. I've had to deal with a lot the last 4 days. I didn't think I'd have to deal with this. I did that.
Pull yourself together, princess.
Rob?
Okay.
We'll come back to you. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Ashley, go ahead.
Look, man, here's the deal. I think whoever wins, it depends on who's the captain, right? I mean, so because both these ships are effing awesome. I mean, phasers versus wave motion guns. I mean, come on, what's not to love? Who's got to lose? But, you know, I mean, with the refit Enterprise, we're talking either Captain Decker, Captain Kirk, Captain Spock. And I think they have a very sort of different gradation of capability when it comes to the combat versus on the Yamato side, Captain Avatar, Captain Wildstar. And then even like when Wildstar becomes captain, is he seasoned enough yet to deal with Captain James T. Kirk? I don't know, and neither do you. So really, what it comes down to is, what do you think is more awesome? The wave motion gun firing, or that like 20-minute beauty shot of the USS Enterprise in Star Trek The Motion Picture?
I'd like to make a point, if I may.
Please,
I'd like to
sir.
make a point, if I may. I'm always hearing about how great this wave motion gun is.
Right.
Now, what do you think the wave motion gun really is? To me,
Awesome.
the wave motion gun is just kind of like a giant wormhole, right?
Right.
Now, what's the first thing the refit Enterprise does in Star Trek The Motion Picture? It goes right through a freaking wormhole without a scratch.
Right? Well, here's the other thing, right? When you fire up the wave motion gun, you have to basically shut down everything. You become vulnerable for a few seconds, and no captain in Starfleet could do more horrible things to you than James Tiberius Kirk. He completely shut down and shot in one freaking direction for like 15 seconds. So I gotta say, USS Enterprise refit.
Okay. The Enterprise versus the Yamato. I gotta point out, the Enterprise refit.
Yes, it doesn't matter because there is no way that I would ever vote for the Yamato over any other ship, so it's the Enterprise.
Steve, marriage.
I go way back with both of these ships, and even though the Yamato is heavily be-weaponed with wave motion gun, and let's not forget the shock cannons and the anti-aircraft guns, and
A lot of rust.
fighters.
A lot of rust.
Wave
Get
motion
the water
gun
out
firing.
of crazy.
Yeah, you gotta put it on your sunglasses to fire that wave motion gun. It's not that. So you gotta be
It's very
cool doing
hot.
it. Yeah. But you know, the factor is, you know, James Kirk and Captain Spock are both just the most awesome captains. So I just have to go with the refit Enterprise.
Chris, the Yamato was sunk once. How hard is it going to be to sink it again?
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm coming from. In the interest of time and the fact that I've really got nothing on this, I'm just going to go with the refits Enterprise.
Your vote doesn't really matter.
It looks like I don't have
In
a
deference to your feelings, your clearly strong feelings on the subject, I'd love to hear what you have to say for the first time ever.
I hate to bring it back because a lot of you who've come to this panel have known me to bring this up many, many times, but
Is this
the Yamato was a very
on
chaste
base?
ship. There was one girl on it, and all she ever did was not kiss the love of her life. Whereas the Enterprise The Enterprise had James Tiberius Kirk, one of the great fornicators of all time. Now, he was in middle age, admittedly, when the refit was launched.
But still very virile.
But come on, man. Do you think that in Star Trek 2, him and Carol, after she showed him how she could cook, they got busy?
Show me your
I
juice.
vote for sex.
The start of the universe engineers did in 6 days.
But I want you to know, I'm going to talk about my therapist. This is tough. It's hard.
In a surprisingly definitive verdict, the Enterprise makes mincemeat out of the Yamato.
Ooh.
The previous winner, but I must point out that was right after the tsunami, so there will be a little.
It's that whole one-shot thing. At the end of the episode, the refit would have won before the end of the episode.
And we all know Captain Kirk can just shoot and shoot and shoot. And score.
Ask Carol Marcus.
Okay, next up. Wow, it's a battle of small ships. The Dark Star versus the Eagle Transporter from Space 1999. Wow. That's a good one. Wow, if you cheer up on this one, I'm really going to have to worry about you.
Oh, no, I'm not going to tear up.
Jeff Bond.
Well, since the Eagle Transporter has no weapons. It has lasers, is that wrong? But its crew is not crazy. Its crew is not suicidal. And they don't have planet-busting bombs, so my crew doesn't care. Who will vaporize the Eagle. I won't even care about it.
Do you
Won't
agree
even
with
think
that?
about it.
I don't agree. Because, first of all, every hero needs a theme song. And the Eagle Transport has one of the most awesome goddamn theme songs in the history of science fiction. Now, admittedly, Dark Star has a theme song that was probably written by John Carpenter, and that happened.
Actually,
But here's the thing.
It's got a country western theme
Oh,
song.
it does? Well, goddamn. So screw that. So, the other thing is that the Eagle Transport, sure, maybe it doesn't have bombs, but have you seen those engines? It moves pretty fast, and anything that can move at a reasonable fraction of C might as well be a planet-busting bomb. So you see, the Eagle Transport doing a suicide mission against the Dark Star is actually the perfect weapon, since they're all suicidal on the Dark Star. They wouldn't let it happen. I have to go for the Eagle Transport.
No, can I just point out?
No, it's not an argument.
Can I point out that the Dark Star was destroyed by its own sentient bomb? It blew itself up. It had an existential crisis. It was God.
You want to mess with that? You want
Yes.
to? I would love it.
Yeah, I
The
believe
Eagle
my
Transporter
transporter
doesn't
is God.
have to do anything. It just has to wait for the existential crisis to happen, and it will win.
You just try rationality on me, pal. Just try it. Come on.
In the beginning, there was me,
I mean, come on.
and I moved upon the face of the darkness.
Oh no. Come on.
Boys, come on.
The Eagle Transporter.
Okay.
I think at the end of the day, you just, no matter how fast you are, you cannot run away from crazy. So I'm going to go for the Dark Star.
You know, this is interesting. Dark Star, Eagle Transport, very close. So you guys have some important decisions to make, some real thinking needs to be done here. I don't want to hear some witty, pithy kind of jokes, because this is serious shit here.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm not looking at you because I know you can't help yourself. Steve, thoughtful, young man, well-schooled and versed in spatiology.
The Dark Star has a beach ball with feet on board.
You want to mess with that?
Yeah,
You want to try rationality?
That's what I'm saying. You don't want to mess with that. Plus, Dark Star was made by my homies at USC, so there you go.
Well, guys, right now, with 3 votes for the Dark Star, 2 for the Eagle Transporter. You can tie it up and throw it to the audience, or you can end it right here.
You know, I'm gonna end it. Yes, that beach ball, I like Barber Band, but that beach ball, and that bomb, and crazy. Crazy.
Everybody say with me, that chick with the weird eye.
Crazy.
Dark Star, the defeats the Eagle Transporter. Light fluffy souffle. It's our little appetizer before the main entree.
Can I just have all of you give it up from, I keep looking at Madison Dillon. Can you just give Madison Dillon a hand for me? She looks better than any white slave woman ever for the Enterprise.
Madison, if people want to follow you on Twitter, how do they do that?
Oh, Madison Dillon, MADISONDYLAN, and I do a lot of tweeting about the Enterprise.
You should tweet in costume.
What's your favorite episode?
You should see what she does to my warp this.
Star Trek, the original series,
Yes.
Shore Leave, is my favorite episode ever.
And Steve, that brings me to yet another sponsor of tonight's.
Yes, this round is sponsored by the Sirius Cybernetics Corporation. Your plastic pal who's fun to be with.
Thank you, Steve. Now, we move on.
Hitchhikers, get on it, come on!
I hope you all feel I'm feeling very depressed.
The Battlestar Galactica versus an Imperial Star Destroyer. This is why we're here. This is what we live for. This is what it's all about. That's a lot of shit. That's a lot of shit. BS-75. I
new
that
one.
doesn't. What? That's a new one.
It's a new one.
Thank you. I've watched that for 4 years, so I don't know how to do it. Okay, the new Galactica, the new, and some would say improved, some wouldn't, versus the Imperial Star Destroyer. So, I look to you, Kay, to say the Battlestar Galactica, purely a CGI invention, versus the Imperial Star Destroyer, a real model.
I think this is less about that and more about leaders. Darth Vader is not on this ship. So their leader is some captain
Frizzy
or
rich guy.
admiral who's just gonna get his throat
Just waiting to
slit.
get
Yeah,
choked.
he's waiting to get choked because he's gonna do something wrong. He's gonna do something wrong against Admiral Adama. This is no contest. I don't care how big that ship is. I don't care how pointy that ship is. Galactica, hands down.
So what you're saying, Kay, is Captain Adama is going to stand in the loop.
He is gonna stand up.
And then you're going to try and sell your dog.
So say we all.
So say he's not going to live, but then again, who does?
Admiral Adama. Sorry, I got it wrong. Commodore Adama. Oh, we don't have Commodores anymore. Okay, back when I was a kid, in Star Trek Technical Manual, that was the coolest thing, Commodores. Although why was Captain Decker a Commodore? He was so lame. Never mind.
I think there's really only one starship on this poster that arguably changed the course of pop culture. And that is the Imperial Star Destroyer as it rumbled overhead on screen. Everyone's mind.
But you were on Spice when you saw it, so. Okay, so I assume that is a vote for the Star Destroyer. Someone who works on the Clone Wars. I had on Star Wars one sheet. What is your name? Lee Brackett? Chris?
You know, at first I was thinking, well, the Galactica is a battle star. And
Are you going somewhere with this? That was really smart.
and you know, that other thing is a star destroyer. But then I got to thinking, a bunch of grown-up squid done blown up that little balloon on the top and made it go kaboom. And that don't stand up to no Admiral Adama and Kara Thrace. So I'm going Galactica.
Impeccable logic. Impeccable.
Thank you.
Mr. Spock would approve. How are you doing there, Mr. Grizzly Bob? One of our favorite online critics. Is this okay for you? You okay? You enjoying it? Okay, good. First year, Starship SmackDown Virgin.
Ooh.
Show us the sheet afterward. What? Nobody gets that?
Rob Burnett. Galactica versus Star Destroyer. Galactica. I love saying it.
Hey, the Galactica versus the Star Destroyer, that question's been put to me. I mean, really? There are only dudes on the Star Destroyer. Old, prissy British guys with clones of Tamora Morrison. The only people that are on a Star Destroyer. There is so much fornication going on with the Battlestar Galactica that somebody had sex with a toaster and conceived a child.
Rob, we have no idea how much sex is going on with those stuffy British officers anymore.
It's on fire! Yeah, you know what? I believe in same-sex marriage. I'm changing my vote. I'm going for the Star Destroyer.
Well,
Sorry you're put in this position, but
that's what you said. I look at it this way. Conceptually speaking, Star Destroyers ended well and began badly. The Battlestar Galactica, the new Battlestar Galactica, began well and ended badly. And I think that we can all agree that we're all fans of happy endings. So, I have to go with the Star
well, unless you could persuade someone to change their vote, Jeff. This is going in a way that I'm not entirely comfortable with. But, what do you think?
Well, I'm happy to.
We have scotch.
I'm happy to keep this conversation in the gutter. So Kay's argument is very well taken about there's really never been a good Star Destroyer commander. But ultimately, I'm going to go with aesthetics, and we're talking about one of the greatest starship designs ever, and what's basically an overgrown ribbed vibrator. So, I'm going to take the Star Destroyer.
I just want to point out there's a chance for Galactic to still dominate this competition, but for now, Admiral Adama has gone down in flames, replaced by the Star Destroyer. Remember, it did burn up at the end of the series.
Hey, it's okay. This has all happened before, and it'll all.
There are many copies.
Speaking of Battlestar Galactica, look at that. We have enough. Now there are two of them. We have a original Battlestar Galactica versus the Valley Forge. Ironically, also the action ship from Battlestar Galactica.
Groove the baby.
It's the Battle of Stu Phillips versus Joan Baez.
Well, when you put it that way.
Jeff Bond. You were alive.
Well, given the Valley Forge's remarkable and strange resemblance to the aggro ship from Battlestar Galactica, they be able to use that as a tactical advantage, get in close to the Galactica, send Huey, Dewey, and Louie over, infiltrate the ship, cause an enormous fire, which would use footage from various disaster zones. It's all Valley Forge.
You know, I think it comes down really to one thing. The robots. And on Valley Forge, it's Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and what the hell do they do except for tending trees? And on the Battlestar Galactica, you have it that guy. And he does what? What does a dog do to a tree? The old Battlestar Galactica, it'll walk.
Exactly, fertilizes it.
He makes things grow.
Rob, speaking of making things grow, it's your turn.
I just want to say that the Valley Forge flew through the rings of Saturn, establishing it as a badass, very, very versatile and very resilient ship. But it also has robots that cheat at cards. Kind of like Han Solo, Lando Calrissian. I think that Huey, Dewey, and Louie might cheat their way into the ownership of the original Battlestar Galactica.
Rob,
I think so, and I'm going to go with the Valley Forge for that reason.
Rob, I think Kay and I would disagree.
There is somebody on the Battlestar Galactico.
An even better card player.
Yes.
Starbuck. Dirk Benedict.
Much
He can
better.
throw down a pyramid.
People,
He'll take all your cubits.
Huey Dewey would not know what, or really just Huey and Dewey's. Louie had
I told you
an accent.
that. The original Battlestar Galactica had to kill a robot watchdog, Buffy. He would keep them off the ship. Muffet the Daggett.
Because, you know, when the world has ended, there's nothing more important than building a goddamn robot dog for your kid.
You know, I mean, I would also point out that Huey, Dewey, and Louie were manned by real quadriplegics, and you don't want to take anything away from them.
But there's a chimpanzee inside Muffy that will bite your frickin' face off.
How do you respond to that, Rob? You know what, they've convinced Spoon Valley Forge, the old Battlestar Galactica. Chris, that's twice. Steve, that's twice. You convinced me twice now.
Wise man, Chris Gossett.
You know, Robot Botany is an amazing thing.
Robot me.
Robotany, thank you. That's Robotany, and it's, you know, granted the film was about monotony, but that Robotany was pretty good. Those robots, you know, they're dealing with photosynthesis in space, and you know, the temperatures and regulating all these things, and dealing with Bruce Dern, go-kart racing, and you know, the Galactica.
And Joan Baez.
Yes.
Don't count Joe Baez out.
The Galactica could barely deal with robots that were almost as smart as my iPad. And Dirk Benedict, a very famous and outspoken vegetarian, would not blow up the Valley Forge.
Oh.
I'm thinking he's gonna turncoat.
He gets vegetables, dude. That's what the word means.
They grow a lot of tobacco in the Valley Forge.
That's true, which he smokes.
Yeah, he eats them. He doesn't blow them up and waste them. So I'm thinking he's gonna go over there.
He's gonna totally team up with
He is. He's gonna team up with them. He's gonna say, Bruce, put down the bottle and let's fight this battle.
It's the trees, man.
It's the trees, man. I don't eat animal flesh. You raise plants.
Let's also not forget that Bruce Dern killed John Wayne, so he would not hesitate to kill the head of the household of Ponderosa.
Yeah,
How
that was
many
a...
are old enough to understand that?
Wait a minute.
No references going way back there.
This is before your sun burned hot in space and before your race was born.
I am awaiting a question.
So,
Well, still, you know, I've got to go with the Valley Forge. It's just some weird baggage I have about that whole kit car light thing on their face.
so Steve, that leaves you.
Battlestar, I already answered.
Wow. Here's the thing.
I want to change my vote.
Yes, Ken?
Because Chris made such a compelling argument. And I like the idea of Starbuck and Bruce Dern on the Valley Forge, hanging out, playing a little go-kart. And also, silent running looks amazing on Blu-ray.
Also, Robotany.
Wow, countdown to victory for the robotnists. The Valley Forge had an unlikely victory, man. The Battlestar Galactica. Slowly pressed coming to a premature end.
Joan Baez.
Well, they're done with it. They're not going to keep that.
Yeah.
Song from Silent Running now.
I mean, like, the one with Gregory Hines.
Okay. Wow. Look at this.
That was not a courtesy lap match. That was
I
not a
gotta tell
courtesy.
you, look what we got lined up for you next. This is pretty awesome. The Defiant, a tough little ship designed to defeat the Borg, versus the Graf Zeppelin. Wow.
I have a question before we start. Are there Nazis on the Zeppelin?
Yes?
Okay.
Oh.
Of course there
Pretty
are.
much by definition.
There's always Nazis on Zeppelins.
Hence Zeppelin.
Come on now, Finnegan versus the Eastern
Which
Alliance.
is ancient
That would be
all
No. Okay. Graf Zeppelin versus the Defiant. Chris Gossett, go.
Well, as we all know, Zeppelin is ancient Norse for pee-pee problems. And, you know, as someone who was born in the great state of New York, The Zeppelin was taken out by New Jersey.